we will actually see Krishna's eternal pastimes. It is said, Nama Rupa Guna Lila, that one will see. One will chant the name, then one will realize the qualities of Krishna, meditate on them, then comes the form, the qualities, and finally come the pastimes of Krishna. So in due course of time, we will actually perceive the transcendental festival that is taking place. Heart in the chanting. Is there heart in the chanting? Or are we scratching the surface? In between bites of chocolate, squirm out a holy name? Oh, me and mine are on my mind. When will I care more about Krishna than myself? Only then can we chant. When we feel that we cannot chant, that's the situation. That we care more about ourselves than about Krishna. That is the reality. So how to care more about Krishna? Well, Krishna is all attractive. So if we are actually, if we're beginning to discover Krishna, therefore we read about Krishna. And as we are reading about Krishna, we're finding out more about Krishna. We're finding out who Krishna is. We're finding out more about, yes, Krishna, his amazing qualities. The nails of Krishna are made of mother of pearl, right? Which is very beautiful. The Krishna is certainly a wonderful, beautiful, all attractive personalities. Okay, just 1 second. So, invest in hearing. The fingers are dancing on the keyboard. When are our beats in our hands? The mind is wandering all over the universe. When will it land? Only by investing in hearing about Krishna and then chanting and making a sacrifice and service can one find Krishna's mercy. It is all of these. We must hear about Krishna. We must serve Krishna and chant. And then all the service that we do, we bring it back to the holy name. It is that which brings life. It's not just a matter of someone showing us how to chant on the beats and this is the mantra. And no, it is the service that we've done for Krishna that we bring back to the mantra. And it is the hearing about Krishna that we bring back to the mantra. And then the mantra is chanted in a different way. Then we have a new dimension in the chanting of the mantra. So this is what is required, that somehow or other we are always absorbed in hearing, chanting, and devotional service, serving the holy name, because this is the Hare Krishna movement. So the whole movement is dedicated to the name, right? So one can not only chant the name, but one can also serve the name. That is the point. So we're serving the name. But that means that the whole purpose of the movement is to chant Hare Krishna. We're trying to, we have big temples, big establishment for what? To attract many people. When the people come, the essence is that they chant Hare Krishna. By chanting Hare Krishna, the people can actually uh, make spiritual advancement. Right? That is what is needed. Yes. So uh, we're looking at ways. We're looking at ways that people can uh, can chant. So we organize a Sunday feast, uh, and we give a lecture of the Gita, so people understand I'm not this body, I'm eternal spirit soul, I'm eternal servant of Krishna, and then that they'll start chanting. So that, and the lecture is so to get a vision of what we're doing, where are we going. But the real thing is to make them chant. Because when there's no chanting, yes, then how can people actually uh, make advancement? Uh, Certainly, they can make advancement, but without chanting, how can we go back to Godhead? So the chanting is really essential. Mm. And Antakalachamam eva smaran mukta kaliviram ya prayati se yat prayati sa, oh, forgot the word, yat anastyati sansaya. That at the end of our life, at the moment of death, we should not forget to chant Hare Krishna. But if there has been no practice throughout life, that may become difficult. So better we practice. Then at the end of life, we can chant. Sometimes I'm thinking about how my life has taken so many turns. I'm thinking about that, and of course, some of the choices that we made in our life had a big effect. My father wanted me to take over the business of my grandfather, and he offered it to me when I was 15. That was the plan. And then they'd say, okay, study a few years more, and then you'll take over the business and we'll train you in the company. Right? And but I didn't do it. Right? Instead, I went to India on a journey looking for the truth. What would I have become if I would have taken that business? Well, I would have had more money than I have now. I would have had a nice house, probably a nice holiday home, a nice house, a nice car, so many nice things I would have had. I would have made, yeah, I would have probably stayed. I would have probably stayed in family life, right? I would have probably, uh, you know, I don't know if Krishna consciousness would have ever come. Right? How would my life have looked if I would have not made made that choice to say no to the business offer? So sometimes you think like that, just for the mind is like that, just for wondering how it would have been. Um, yes. Mm. So my life has changed so much. Where would I have been had I not developed faith in Krishna? Where would I be now if I had not chanted every day? Kavi Karnapur says, either become absorbed in an ocean of transcendental loving devotional service, or otherwise in an ocean of unwanted deeds. Where would I be now if I had not chanted Hare Krishna? Yeah. According to Kavi Karnapur, in an ocean of unwanted deeds. Right? That's what he's saying. It is either an ocean of transcendental loving service, or otherwise an ocean of unwanted deeds. Interesting. Somehow or other, then we can appreciate we got saved. We got the mercy. We were we yeah. by the mercy of Prabhupada, who not only brought the holy name, but who brought his faith in the holy name. Right? Prabhupada had so much faith in the holy name. And because he brought that faith in the holy name, that is why people also developed faith. Because not only did he have faith in the holy name, but therefore he had dedicated his life to it. And because he had dedicated his life to the chanting of the holy name and was emanating that, showing that faith, displaying it of a life with in devotional service. Therefore, Prabhupada was able to instill faith in our hearts because he had that deep faith. Then he said, yes, if he had, then it must be true. Then the holy name must be Krishna. Otherwise, some mantra. In India, there are so many mantras, really. And okay, why this mantra? Why not some other mantra? And why this deity? Why Krishna? Why not some other deity? So many deities. And then there are family deities. And our family has worshipped this deity. I grew up with this. Right? And now you're asking me to chant Krishna. No, why? But because Prabhupada, no. The purpose, yes, there may be many deities that are worshipped in the Vedas, but the ultimate deity, the Deva, the Lord of all lords, is Krishna, described in 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Krishna is Deva, the Lord of all lords. That is Krishna. So he is the supreme. He is Govindam Adipurush. He is the original supreme controller. He is Ishvara Parama Krishna. He is the original form of Krishna. Dipachir, Disantrama, Vipecha, Vipayate, Vivritehin, Samana Dharma, Yastadrigeva, Javishnu Tayor, Vibhati, Govindamadi, Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. He is that Lord who expands himself into so many forms, but he's the original form. That is Krishna. Therefore, Kechit Kevilaya Bhaktya Vasudev Parayana, only Keval Vasudev Parayana, only taking shelter of Vasudev, of Krishna. And now by Prabhupada's mercy, we came there. Otherwise, where would we be? If we had not been touched by this movement, where would we be? And all of us, right, maybe in a different phase of life. All of us are in a different body. All of us are, at a different age. All of us, some people now have come on from different countries, right? We have now viewers from Europe and maybe even out of Europe, from Africa also. And so we have viewers from many places, in many conditions of life. But wherever we are, we all may have different needs. Some are brahmacharis, and they have a need to be in a strong program of strong hearing and strong chanting. Brahmacharis are meant to rise early in the morning, as early as they can. And the rounds chanted before Mangalarti are the rounds that are the best. They are considered to be the best. And after the rounds that are chanted after Mangalarti are second best. And all the rounds that are chanted after the morning program, they are third best. Right? And The rounds that are chanted late night, they are the worst. And in the brahmacharya ashram, in the then in the grihastha ashram, it may be again different. In the grihastha ashram, it may be that whenever the opportunity is there, the rounds are chanting. The very early rising is not realistic because there are many things to do. A brahmachari can always take a little rest somewhere during the day, but in your job, you can't just go under the desk. Right? It's like it's not your boss walks in and you're under the desk. It's not appreciated. You're supposed to perform. So therefore, it is different. In that situation, one may sleep a little more so that one doesn't need to go under the desk, and that one can actually remain active throughout the day. So different situations, same people, but in different situations. Same human beings, same human nature, but in different situations. Male body, female body, young, old. This morning, I was reading in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and I was reading in the Chaitanya Bhagavat where it says that you must. It says you must. A child naturally is playful and wants to play with something. Then it says like. Whereas an old man naturally thinks, is absorbed in thought about experience, about previous experience, reflecting about his experience. That is natural. So many things are happening to us. Just the dictates of material nature. We're growing through different ages, and at each age, we have a different psychological need and a different inclination. And somehow or other, the one constant element is the chanting of the holy name. No matter what happens, the chanting is always with us. And the holy name is our constant companion. Yes, that is very, very important. All right, so now I've been talking for a long time, and I want to especially ask the host, because now I brought so many guests in, but I would like to first of all address the devotees from Denmark, right? Because today we are in Denmark. So our temple president, Gornitai, Prabhu, are there any questions from the temple room or something like that you would all like to ask? You're maybe still mute? I cannot. Yeah, we are not.
You hear me?
Now there's some. Yes, now we hear. Yeah.
So,
there was a lot of echo. Is there someone watching on the Zoom? Do you have a computer on? Because if you're watching it, then there will be a lot of echo.
Yeah, we have two computers.
Yeah, then you have to turn that off, otherwise it won't work. You have to turn them on mute. Hare Krishna. No. Anyhow, Gornitai is doing the technical things, and whatever that takes.
Try one more time. No, too much. Let someone else ask.
You know what you do, Kornitai? Type your letter in the chat box at the bottom. You go to the bottom of the chat, type your question there in the chat box. Mm-hmm. So the chanting is in this way a wonderful gift that we all received, and yes. Okay. Can you please tell about importance of dancing in kirtan? Thank you. Yes, I have two quotes that I will read to you. Before I answer that, 1 minute, I have to go to the quotes. Here they are. And then I have to go to the directory, and I have to go authors, and I have to do Murari Gupta. And he is here. There we go. So, in that abode of Navadvip, where Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya, sovereign of the Guru Brahmanas, shone in transcendence, hairs erect, thrilled by Krishna's name, and soaked by tears flooding from his eyes as he reeled under the impact of Srinam. So dancing is meant to be an expression of our happiness in appreciating the amazing, wonderful mercy that we are now associating with Krishna. And it is the most joyful thing. So naturally, we will dance. But as I said earlier, we are the blind man who cannot see the festival that is taking place, and who are therefore not able to appreciate the amazing nature of the chanting of the holy name. So therefore, in our current state, the dancing is not yet a dancing in ecstasy because of Krishna. Now the dancing is maybe more just having fun, dancing because of the beat and because of the music, and we like some dancing, and it's more, hey, that is a fun beat. So this is dancing in sadhana bhakti, dancing in practice. And such dancing in practice while we're chanting the holy name is awakening the real dancing, the dancing out of joy, the dancing where, and there is the fun in the holy in dancing, but at the same time there's the chanting. And after some time, we lose the taste for dancing on any other kind of music, and we only want to dance on kirtan, and we become attached to kirtan. And one day, then we will dance in that ecstasy, and we'll realize that the holy name is dancing on our tongue, and the holy name is dancing in the courtyard of our heart, and we'll be dancing along. That is where it will come to. Yeah. So, in this way, currently, our dancing is maybe related to music, is maybe related to just having fun together. But we have already become attached to kirtan, and we're not dancing on any other music. So in this way, then the dancing is an expression of enthusiasm. And when one devotee is enthusiastic, we remember the story about our Vishnujan. Oh, Vishnujan, why are you always so enthusiastic? Immediately when you're leading kirtan, you're singing and dancing full of enthusiasm. Where do you get this? How come you're always enthusiastic? Vishnujan said, no, I'm not always enthusiastic. But when I see all of you, that makes me enthusiastic, right? And then when you become enthusiastic, then I also become enthusiastic. So currently we are dancing and in this way fanning each other's enthusiasm in the kirtan. And then, we can go to a spontaneous level, right? So this dancing is a very powerful means to lift us up gradually to the spontaneous level of devotional service. And gradually we'll come to chanting and dancing with taste and experiencing more and more inspiration about Krishna. So the dancing is in sadhana is very important to take us further until we dance in ecstasy. Okay, any other question? You mentioned serving the name. What is the best way to serve the name? The name of Krishna is not different of Krishna, and the purpose of the name is to spread the glories of Krishna. So somehow or other, the best way to serve the holy name is to spread the glories of Krishna. That is the best way. What is the best way to engage the mind during chanting? The best way is to not focus on the mind. The best way is to focus on the ear. It is said that attentive chanting means to hear ourselves chanting. That is, while chanting, our focus should be on the ear. Only hearing, they already knew that I would give that answer. If thoughts come, is it better to just let them pass or to try to connect each thought to Krishna also? Yes. The thoughts, in the early stages, we are pushing ourselves towards Krishna. In the more advanced stages, we will be drawn towards Krishna automatically. So now we think, oh, thoughts come, should I connect them with Krishna? Later on, our thoughts will automatically be thoughts of Krishna when we're chanting. And here is our motto. Thank you very much. Hope you will visit Copenhagen once the pandemic is over. The matus, yeah. There's, it will be very much fun to come again to Copenhagen, right? It's been so long. I feel a little bit ashamed. But you also didn't push me very hard to come, oh, Mr. Matu. See? It's also your fault. If you would have invited me 10 times, how could I have said no? I mean, you know Indian etiquette and everything, right? So you know that if you keep on asking and someone says yes, yes, of course, that he becomes, each time you ask, he becomes more obliged and that you can force him to come. So this is the way. But meanwhile, I have sometimes met the Matus in the Czech Republic, and that was very nice. I've always had over the years, they've been my good friends, and I was very happy to, as soon as I logged in, there they were, and I said, yes, Copenhagen without the Matus would not be Copenhagen. I would ask. So thank you very much. That's very nice. And Gornitai, it's been a pleasure meeting you. You still have no sound. Otherwise, you could. Otherwise, you could tell me some. Maybe the sound would.
I assume that I will be having an echo. What to do? Thank you so much, Maharaj, for being here with us. We are very grateful. We are very fortunate that you're taking your time. And you also have one aspiring disciple here in Kobe.
Yes. So where is he? He should also say something.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful lecture.
And yes, Bhakti Herman, I'm very happy to see you on Zoom. I hope that we can meet in real life somewhere. It's not so, although Zoom is nice, but still it doesn't replace real life. And so we're waiting for that, But meanwhile, this is not bad at all, right? Considering the circumstances. And it is interesting how you can so quickly connect to so many people. So, dear Herman, you have to somehow or other catch me from time to time, and you have to milk the cow, right? If you want some milk from Kedamukana Swami, then you have to come and you have to milk that cow, because I'm a busy cow. I'm quite a busy cow. So in this way, I cannot always find the time for everyone. So those who are taking a little bit of an effort to milk the cow, they might get something. So, in other words, yes, please catch me when you feel like it. That would be very nice. WhatsApp is good. We can also talk sometimes. I would be happy to do so. So it will be my great pleasure to go deeper in our personal relationship. And now that the world has these electronics, we may as well use them sometimes and just connect. So it was my pleasure to be here with you this evening. I brought so many devotees from everywhere. They all came and visited Denmark for a short visit, and now you have to also come and visit Denmark physically, not only by zooming in, but actually by visiting Denmark. I'll quickly have a look on the other pages to see who all are there. So many out there. Yeah. Okay, so very nice. I wish you all still a wonderful evening, or if you're on another time zone, I wish you also a lot of inspiration there. May you, I'm seeing now that Suba Josie is here. May you get better very soon. She was very, very ill and is just out of the hospital. Please rest and don't push. But I'm happy to see the Japamala, and I think you'll be fine. Yeah.
Please, please bless me. I'm here just because of your prayers and blessings. That's all I can say. This is my newborn, just because of your blessings and prayers. Otherwise, it would have not been possible to survive from all this, all this complexity of the life. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hare. Yeah, she was, suddenly became very ill and in intensive care on the edge of death. And, and somehow or other she came back out of it. Yeah, that's the material world. So, with all the prayers of the Vaishnavas, we can all be successful. And those will be my final words to you. Let us all pray for each other, for each other's welfare. Let us somehow or other dedicate ourselves to praying for the welfare of all the devotees, and that we may all be successful this life. And because together, by the prayers for each other's welfare, we can be successful. Yes, and somehow or other, let us give up all feelings of negativity towards each other and just pray for each other's welfare somehow or other. Then Krishna will surely be merciful upon us. All right, I will escape now. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaji. Thank you.
And thank you, Copenhagen. Yatra ki jai. Gonitai Prabhu, thank you for inviting me. Bhakti Heman, thank you. And see you all.
Hare Krishna,
very soon.
Maharaji.
Hare Krishna.